Good morning, guys. I'm here this morning to talk about a very important issue that affects everybody. When I said everybody, I mean the three people that made up the entire 7 billion population of the world, which are a couple and their child. Just three: a man, a woman, and their child. Those are what made up the over 7 billion population of the world. And if the couple happens to have more children, it still remains a couple and one of their child. And the issue I want to talk about this morning is something very, very important. It is called paternity test. As I'm speaking to you right now, there are people who are contemplating going for it. There are people who has made up their mind to go for it. And there are people who are thinking, maybe sometimes I will go for it. I will test these children, or I will test this child. And most of the issues that bring about those ideas before a man will start taking, or for example, the recent incident where a man killed himself. Before that, he killed the wife. And another one happened in the US where a man killed the wife and also killed himself. Before, no man will just wake up one day and said, I'm taking this child for paternity test. There must be things prior to that decision, things, activities, behavior that that mostly provoke such decision. Now, there are two things I want to talk about. The first one should be, you can see the first one as an advice, and the second one is going to be a question that I will throw to the general public. The first one is that, which you can classify as an advice. Before you make up your mind to take those children or that child for a paternity test, be prepared for the result. You must have to make up your mind, just like when Chelsea and Manchester United are meeting. You must make up your mind that either that child is yours or that child is not yours. What mostly causes the issue of men killing their wife or wife killing their men is because, or probably, they did not prepare their mind for the worst scenario. They didn't make up their mind that whatever result that come out of it, I should be able to handle it. So, like they said, when you take a decision where you are angry or where you are angry, it's always regrettable at the end of the day. So what I'm saying in essence is that if you have made up your mind that right now I'm taking these children for a paternity test, first and foremost, prepare your mind. It has to be 50% chance. It has to be, you see as something that it might be, these children might be your children. And what if happens they are not your children? How am I going to react? How am I going to handle this? You must have to take your time. Decide on that first before you go for the test. That's number one. Number two, if you go for the test and you discover that, or probably after the first test, you go for the second one and the third one, perhaps, then everything shows that all the tests prove that the child is not yours. That is not enough reason for you to take a drastic action. You have just started. That is just one step forward. There is another step you must take, which is extremely imperative, which is very, very important, which is for you to also test that child to find out if that child belongs to your wife. You must do that, because we all are aware that most cases, for example, a man that already has 4 girls, 3 girls, 5 girls, and or have 4 boys, 5 boys, and he is telling his wife, I have a friend who always says he needs a daughter who will be able to take care of him at old age. Now, maybe your wife has 5 boys for you, and you are complaining every day. You are giving me I need a girl, I need a daughter who will look after me at my old age. Now the woman is pregnant again, and most smart women who are financially buoyant always make plan B. It happens to is very, very it's, how do I say, it's popular among women who give birth to female children, probably 3, 4, 5, and the man is complaining, you are giving me children, what am I going to do with this useless children? I need a boy, I need a son, and all that. And this woman now will decide to have a plan B when she's pregnant. So in most cases, that child will be switched at how I don't know how to put that, will be switched at the hospital. Maybe she connect with the doctor or a nurse, and she came back home and bring you a son that you have always wanted. Now, this is why it is imperative when you test, when you carry out a paternity test, it is also very important that you consider maternity test. Find out if that child belongs, if the child is not yours, proving. Then find out if the child belongs to your wife as well. That's why it is very important that you test the child and the mother to find out if the child belongs to the mother. If the child belongs to the mother, fine, she cheated. Now, you can now start thinking of how to handle the issue. What if the child doesn't belong to you, and at the same time doesn't belong to your to the mother? Probably something might have happened at the hospital and they gave you a child. And there is also another scenario whereby a woman who has been looking for a child for a very long time, and she got pregnant, and at the end of the day, when she's giving birth to the child, she lost the baby passed away, and she's crying. She wants to die, she wants to commit suicide. Her husband will kill her and all that. He not walk up to her and tell her that she can help. I can help you. If you have 1 million, 2 million, I can help you. You will return back to your home and give your husband a child. The woman will be shocked. How are you going to do that? And at that same time, perhaps there is another woman who gave birth to twins, and the nurse will propose to her, you already have 4 or 5 children, you gave birth to a twins. There is a woman there who doesn't have any, and she's ready to give you 2 million or 3 million, as the case may be. There and then, a deal will be struck, and the woman will return back to her husband with a child. So when you carry out a test, and that test shows that that child is not yours, it is extremely important and imperative that you test if that child belongs to your wife as well before you start killing her. Now, those are some of the issue of advice. Now, the question I want to ask is that when you decided, because you did a paternity test and that child does not belong to you, without testing the woman, or probably you test the woman, at the end of the day, who suffered the most? The man, the wife, or the innocent child who all of a sudden, the parents that have loved her all her life started show her love, attention, all that. All of a sudden, the reverse is the case. Now, out of these 3 people, who suffer the most? Please, leave. If you think, if anything comes to your mind and say this is the person that suffers the most, leave it at the comment section of this video. And please, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel as more and more videos will be coming up. Thank you very much.